back at the theater. Remember, we've been learning about how God works behind the scenes. And while we've been learning together, I've been working behind the scenes myself as the stage manager of a big show. It's so much fun! Tonight is a big night. It's a dress rehearsal. Dress rehearsal is when everyone in the show wears their real costumes. And we act like it's the real thing and pretend there are people here watching and everything. It's a big deal. I'm a little nervous, but a lot excited. I've got my headset, I've got my clipboard, and... oh no! All my important papers for being stage manager of the big show are everywhere! What am I going to do?
I can help.
Oh, hi. Who are you?
I'm Diego.
Hi, Diego. Wait, you're here to help me?
Yep, I, Diego, am your assistant stage manager. Here to assist, help, support, back you up. Basically do whatever you need me to do to make sure this show goes well and that you are the best stage manager ever.
Wow, that's amazing! Thanks, Diego!
No need for thanks. Just tell me what I need to do.
Well, right now I need to collect all my important papers that flew everywhere when my clipboard broke.
Here you go.
Whoa! That was fast! Thanks, Diego!
Diego is here to help.
Okay! Thanks to Diego, I think I'm ready to start this rehearsal. Before we do, let's check out our Bible story for today.
It's time for today's Bible story. It comes from the book of Esther, chapter 3. Haman was the person the king trusted the most, and he did not like the Jewish people, all because Mordecai, who was a Jew, would not bow to him. Because of this, Haman went to the king and asked if he could get rid of all the Jewish people in the kingdom. He said whatever he had to do to make the king think that the Jews were a big problem. He even told the king that he would pay his own money to make this happen. The king said yes. People heard this and what was about to happen, and all the Jews were very sad, including Mordecai. He told his cousin, Queen Esther, what was going to happen to them. Mordecai wanted her to go and talk to King Xerxes, but you couldn't just go and talk to the king whenever you wanted. The king had to invite you, even if you were the queen. Esther told Mordecai how dangerous it would be to break the rules. Mordecai told her to remember that she was a Jew also, so she wasn't safe either. Mordecai also told her that maybe God helped her become the queen for this reason. The people were counting on her support and her help. Esther decided that she would go to the king, even if something bad would happen to her. But she asked Mordecai for support too. She asked him and all the people to pray for her. The way that Mordecai asked Esther to help and the way Esther decided to do so reminds us that God gives us support behind the scenes.
Support means help. And sometimes when we need help, God gives us help from unexpected places. Just like the Bible story from today. And like Diego. I didn't expect his help, but I needed it. And wow, am I ever thankful for it. Okay, everyone get into your places. And curtain up for scene 2 of the big show. Now! Oh no! My first important paper for scene 2 is missing. How will I know what to do without it?
Here you go, Calli. I found this paper lying backstage.
Diego! That's just the paper I was looking for. Thank you so much!
I'm here to help.
Oh, Diego! Music is supposed to start in just a second.
Got it. Start music in 3, 2, 1. Great! We are a great team, huh?
We really are. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Well, let's have a great rest of the show. I'm here if you need me.
I didn't even realize I needed help today, but I did. I'm so glad to have an assistant stage manager to support me. It's kind of like our Bible story for today. Have you ever needed help and weren't sure where it would come from? Well, remember, God gives us support behind the scenes! Everyone places! Stage left! Stage right! Hands up, hands down! Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4! God's working behind the scenes! Let me tell you what I mean! God's directing and correcting! God's working behind the scenes! His love can be seen on every stage, in every part. Get ready! It's time to start! I've got to finish up the show. See you all next time! Bye, friends!
Have you ever been part of a play and you're nervous that you might forget your line or you might mess up and fall over, but then everything goes perfectly according to plan? Today's big idea is God gives us support behind the big scenes. Say it with me, Journey Kids. God gives us support behind the big scenes. And in today's story, Esther really needed to know this, because she had to speak up for something that was wrong. And not only if she failed, she'd be embarrassed. Her and all of her people's lives were on the line. Let's go back to the beginning. Esther had been made queen because of her beauty, and Haman, the king's right-hand man, had just plotted to destroy all of the Jews, who were the people of his biggest enemy, Mordecai. Mordecai also happened to be Esther's cousin. Due to previous conflicts between him and Mordecai, Haman asked King Xerxes to set a date to destroy all of the Jews. Not knowing that his own Queen Esther was a Jew herself, Xerxes mindlessly agreed. All the Jews were miserable. Meanwhile, Mordecai rushed to Esther to talk to her about this. He told her about Haman, the king, the plot to destroy the Jews, everything. Esther had to talk to the king about this, but if she did so without permission, she'd be sentenced to death. But if she did nothing, she'd die as well as all of her people. This, unfortunately, seemed like a situation Esther could not get out of.
Oh, hey there, little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl. Welcome to JKTV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl, where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now, once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Oh, hey there, kiddos. Sorry, I just need to finish this last page real quick. And the bird pooped twice. Okay, sorry. It's just been a wild week. As you know, I have a role in a theater play that's coming up in a little over a week. And then I couldn't even believe I had to memorize those lines for the part. That's all I've been doing. Sitting here, standing here, reading these lines and memorizing them. I'm like a regular De Niro.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
You see, De Niro is this actor who was really big in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you know. It's not important.
Oh, yeah? Huh?
Anywho, I was really needing some help here, because here's the thing. Running lines is pretty difficult when you're by yourself. So I was thinking, if you're cool with it, you could help me. Yes! Yeah, there we go. Okay. So here's the thing. My name is Sheriff Saddlebottom. I'm a charismatic space cowboy from the planet Cutie Patootie, whose only purpose is to fight for justice and eat bean burritos. and you're the local school principal who has a clue for me. Ready? Action!
3, 2, 1.
Well, Miss Simmons, I heard you have the clue to make me find the gangs of the Galaxy Geese. Oh, your line is, well, I don't know, Mr. Saddlebottom, but I heard these geese are allergic to pepperoni. I'll put it on the screen for you. Let's do it again from the top. Action! Well, Miss Simmons, I heard you might have the clue to make me find the help me find. Well, Miss Simmons, I heard you had the clue to make me help. Well, Miss Simmons, I heard you had the clue to help me find the gang of Galaxy Geese. Pepperoni, you say? Well, I'll be. Where do you reckon I find some of these pepperonis in these parts? Yes, that was perfect. Thank you. See, I told you it was easier with someone else. Thanks for helping me. Except for those who didn't say anything. You know who you are.
Carl!
Grace, hey, how's it going?
So good. I couldn't wait to check in and see how the lines were coming.
Oh, Grace, I just had the kids help me out, and I feel like $1 million. Like a young De Niro.
Who?
Never mind. Anywho, they're such a great support. And I know I won't have you on the stage with me, but I'll be thinking about how you help me.
You know, you just reminded me of Esther's story again.
Really? Perfect. Why?
Well, there's a part of the story where Esther has to go up and do her own thing while her friends and family support her. You remember Haman, right?
How could I forget? I mean, he's the guy who tried to hurt Mordecai last time.
That's him. Well, Haman, who was King Xerxes' right-hand man, goes to talk to the king. He begins to lie and tell King Xerxes that the Jewish people are terrible for their kingdom. He talks so much that Xerxes believes him and gives him the authority to make whatever laws he wants.
Oh no! Come on, Xerxes!
So Haman then told his leaders to let everyone know that within the year, on a specific date, all Jewish people and their families would be destroyed. That was now the law.
This is an awful story.
Well, it's not over just yet. Mordecai found out about this new law and it devastated him. He began to mourn and grieve and he was very upset. And back then, you would wear different clothes to let others know you were grieving. And when Esther found out Mordecai was at the city gates dressed like he was, she sent a messenger to find out why.
Hold on to your crown, Esther. You're in for some bad news.
When the messenger came back to Esther, they told her why Mordecai was sad. But Mordecai had another message for Esther.
Man, I don't think I can handle any more bad news.
He told her that she needed to go to Xerxes and tell him to cancel the order Haman had put into place. But Esther, well, she didn't know if it was a good idea to help.
What? Why?
Well, she obviously knew it was good to help her people, but there was a problem. No one, not even the queen, was allowed to talk to the king without an appointment.
What happens if she goes and talks to him?
Well, Esther would most likely be killed. So you can imagine Esther's fear. She sent the messenger back with that message, but Mordecai sent another one back.
What did it say?
Mordecai told her that even though she's the queen, Haman's law would still affect her. And maybe, just maybe, God put her in the position to be the queen for exactly this moment.
Whoa, that's a good point. Man, this is a tough spot for Esther.
It really is. So Esther decided to send one more message back to Mordecai.
I don't know who this messenger guy is, but he's getting a workout today.
He really was. So Esther's message to Mordecai said this: "Go gather together all the Jews who are in Susa and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my attendants will fast as you do. When this is done, I will go to the king, even though it is against the law. And if I perish, I perish."
Wow, give it up to Esther. I mean, she was like really brave.
Right?
Whoa, what was that?
Oh, well, that is intermission.
What is interfishing?
intermission. It's what people at plays do to give them and the audience a break.
Oh, so like 2 minutes or...
Well, I actually thought it would be fun to pick up the rest of the story next week.
What? No! I gotta know what happens. You can't stop now.
Sorry, Carl, but I promise we will finish it next time and you're gonna love it.
Fine, but to be clear, I am not on board with this whole intermessing stuff.
Hey kids, aren't you excited to see where the story leads us? I know I am. So, today's big Broadway idea is God gives us support behind the scenes. Just like you helped support Carl with his lines and how Mordecai and the Jewish people supported Esther. So, let's shout it out on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. God gives us support behind the scenes. Bravo, kids, bravo. So make sure you tune in next week to see what happens when Esther decides to go talk to King Xerxes. See you then.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Road TV.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 13. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose.